What's up, everybody? It is Rax the Great, and today, as you can see, I am snowed in, and what better thing to do on a day like today during the holidays if you're snowed in, maybe you just want to spend some time with your family, it's Christmas time, or whatever holiday you may celebrate. I love to sit around and play video games with my friends, and I thought it would be a great idea to share with you guys some of the best video games that I like to play during the holidays. So, let's go. Whoa! And like that, we are inside, we are comfy and cozy and ready to talk about some video games. So let's get right into it. All right, so this video is not gonna be too in-depth or anything crazy. I just wanted to share with you guys my favorite games that I like to play during the holidays. Now, some of these are action games, some of them are platformers, some of them are just random stuff. So, let's start out with some of the first games over here, and that is the action platformer kind of games. So if you are into any kind of Super Nintendo games, Super Mario World is a must play during the holidays just because it's so awesome to play. This game is iconic for my generation. There's a lot of really cool ice stages. Now, I don't want to say a lot because there's not a lot, but in this game there are some ice stages, and during the holidays, for some reason, it just brings out a nice feeling going through Super Mario World, one of my favorite games, having some nice ice stages to go through. So one of my picks right there, Super Mario World. Up next, we do have another Super Nintendo game, and it is a side-scrolling action-adventure game, and it is Donkey Kong Country 3. Now, Donkey Kong Country 3, the reason why I picked this one is because if you actually input your save file with the name Merry, M-E-R-R-Y, it will actually change some of the levels bonuses and things of that nature. Some of the stages actually get some Christmas themed decorations and sounds. So if you have this game, try doing that. Input your save file as the word Merry and see how the game changes. It's actually pretty cool. This next game is actually from one of my all-time favorite series, and that is Crash Bandicoot 2. In this one, the reason why I like this one and think it's a great holiday game is because in this one you have some really awesome snow levels where you're actually like running from a polar bear or either riding on a baby polar bear. There's just a lot of really cool winter themed stages in this game, so that is one of the reasons I picked this one. Also, it brings back a lot of memories about hanging out with family members, playing the PlayStation. This game is awesome. If you have it, check it out. If you don't have it, go pick up a copy. I'm sure that it's pretty cheap wherever you live. If you have a retro gaming store nearby, they probably have a copy in stock. If not, eBay has you covered. You know the deal. All right, another family-friendly game is Little Big Planet 3. Now, Little Big Planet 3, any Little Big Planet game will do you good because, you know, they're all really fantastic. I really enjoy the third one just because there's a vast library of things that you can do and game types and variety. There's a lot of really cool stuff in this. Now, Little Big Planet gives you the ability to actually go online and search people's levels that they've created, and you would be surprised at the amount of winter and holiday themed levels that you can find in these games. Now, I personally think that the first game was the best, but Little Big Planet 3 does have a very big library of things that you can do, and it does allow you to play any of the downloadable content that you had from previous games, so it's really, really cool. Yeah. Just check it out. Moving on, we have Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Now, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze does a great job blending like an island tropical setting with a wintry wonderland kind of setting as well. So if you ever liked the Donkey Kong Country franchise and you happen to own a Wii U and you've never played the Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze game, get this game. It is absolutely amazing, and I hope you enjoy a bit of a challenge because this game is not the easiest thing in the world. It is pretty difficult, so I hope you like a challenge. Super Mario 3D World. Now, Super Mario 3D World is really cool because you can gather up about 3 different friends or family members, and you can play all together up to 4 people, and it plays a lot like a old school Super Mario game where you kind of have this board game map and you go from level to level, except for the levels are in 3D. So you still have all these really cool power-ups. You can choose between 4 different characters to play as, like Toad, Peach, Luigi, Mario, and the game is just all around good family fun, friendly fun. If you like to play adventure games with your friends or family, this is a great choice. Also, if you are a fan of the Yoshi games, Yoshi's Woolly World and Yoshi Story both have some really cool winter-themed levels, and just like I was saying about Super Mario 3D World or Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, you can play multiplayer, really good selection. That's pretty much it. These next two games I'm gonna put together just because you can never go wrong, and they are single-player games, so there's no real need to kind of really separate them because they're very much similar, but just two different time frames. So that is Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Odyssey. These games are absolutely must-haves in your collection. If you are a Nintendo fan and you do not have Super Mario Odyssey and you don't have Super Mario 64, I don't know what the hell you're collecting, but these games are must-haves for a Nintendo collection. Super Mario 64 has some really awesome levels where you actually build a snowman. You actually can like hang out with this like penguin, throw it off of a cliff and stuff. Everybody knows what I'm talking about if you've ever played this game. But Super Mario 64, you can never go wrong. And Super Mario Odyssey, if you plan on getting this for this holiday, maybe you're getting it for Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate, this game is going to last a lifetime with you. This game is going to make some memories for you. This game was absolutely amazing, and I am actually kind of jealous that some people will experience this as their first Mario game. This is absolutely a wonderful game. I can't say anything else about this game because it's just so awesome. But yeah, all right, so let's talk about a couple of really awesome family-friendly racing games, and that is Diddy Kong Racing. I almost forgot what I had in my hand. Diddy Kong Racing and Mario Kart. Now, I have Mario Kart 8 in my hand just because I can't hold every single Mario Kart, but Mario Kart 8 is actually my favorite. That's the reason why I have this one. But if you have any of the Mario Kart games and you happen to have Diddy Kong Racing on either the 64 or the DS, preferably you want to play this on the 64 just because you can actually play it in multiplayer and nobody has to have the actual cartridge to play on a DS. If you don't have a regular DS or a 3DS, 64 version is the best way to go in my opinion. Playing it on the TV is just much more fun. And this one has some really awesome winter themed tracks. It has multiple of them, and there's also some really cool stuff where you like race a, I want to say it was like a walrus through a wintry track as well if you are playing the adventure mode. So this game is my most favorite game when it comes to an adventure style racing thing. But yeah, that's really awesome, but you can never go wrong with Mario Kart. You gotta have Mario Kart. If you are into multiplayer shooter games, now, one iconic game that I will always suggest to anyone, no matter the holidays or what, that's GoldenEye 007 for the Nintendo 64. This game is so much fun. You can get up to 4 people, play some split screen. You can play without weapons, just run around chopping people. It's really funny. The controls have aged a little bit, that's being nice, but this game is always going to be one of the best memories that I have from playing during the holidays, just because I got this during Christmas and it just sticks with me. This is a really awesome game. There are some winter themed levels in this game as well, so if you have never played GoldenEye 64, man, I can't speak, but if you've never played GoldenEye 64, definitely pick this up. This is totally worth it. And also Overwatch. Now, the reason why I say Overwatch is because Blizzard does a really great job of, during holidays or any kind of special events, occasions, they usually do some really cool updates. Now, this year they are doing an update where you can actually do a Yeti battle. It's basically multiple character Mai, I don't know really how you want to pronounce that, but you get to take down a overpowered Winston that is kind of dressed like a Yeti, and this game is really awesome. You get to unlock a lot of really cool costumes that are holiday themed. So if you've never played Overwatch, go pick it up, Overwatch. This is a really fun game. It's a competitive multiplayer shooter, but it's not as difficult as some people might think. The balance in this game is really cool because you get to have a lot of really different characters that you can choose from that fit your play style. So if you, like me personally, I like to play a Soldier 76. It kind of mimics a Call of Duty experience, but there are other characters that just have unique powers that make it more you have to think on your toes. So you definitely want to play Overwatch this holiday. There's gonna be some really cool updates, and that is a great selection to play. This next game suggestion is definitely something you have to be careful of who you play it with, because you will probably start some real life fights during the holidays, so be cautious when you play this, and that is Super Smash Brothers. Now, on the 64 and GameCube, you are going to be playing up to about 4 people, and on the Wii U, I want to say you can battle maybe even double that. So these games are really cool. You get to pretty much brawl. It's like a Super Nintendo fighting game. If you've never played this before or ever even heard of it before, I don't know what rock you're living under, but these are really awesome to play during the holidays because you can get a bunch of people together and kind of brawl it out. But keep your cool, man. There's no need in getting fights during the holidays over a video game. There's no need in getting fights over a video game, period. So have fun. One of my favorite things to do during the holidays as well is go snowboarding. So when I'm not snowboarding, playing snowboarding video games does it for me as well. So a couple of my favorite snowboarding games are Snowboard Kids 1 and 2. These games are really, really cool because it's like a blend of snowboarding meets Mario Kart or maybe Diddy Kong Racing, but what you do in this game is basically you have a bunch of people together and you are racing down the mountain, and you pick up little present boxes, and within these present boxes are power-ups or weapons, and you can use these much like you would any of the question blocks on Mario Kart. You get a power-up, you can shoot it at the opponent, or maybe something powers you up to maybe make you go faster. The game is really, really cool. Both of these are awesome. My favorite is Snowboard Kids 2. But if you've never played Snowboard Kids, made by Atlas, really, really awesome. Go get it if you've never played it. You'll thank me later. Another really awesome Nintendo 64 snowboarding game is 1080. Now, in this game, you can either do racing or tricks. Pretty straightforward game. If you've never played 1080, definitely pick that up. And if you want a little bit more of an extreme snowboarding experience, then SSX Tricky is a really awesome game to play. This one is very, very popular, so if you've never played SSX Tricky, you probably were born late 90s. This game is really, really fun. It allows you to do some really crazy tricks that are pretty unrealistic, but if you like snowboarding games that are just out there and wacky, this game is that in its core. This is the most wacky snowboarding game I've probably ever played. And if you're looking for something a little bit more realistic and you want to play something maybe, you know, to get yourself pumped to go up on the mountain, Ant Snowboarding 2 is the best snowboarding game I have ever played. It is the most realistic. It is almost like playing Skate, but in a snowboarding scenario. So if you like snowboarding, this is the game to pick up. This is the ultimate snowboarding game, in my opinion. It is the best snowboarding game. I cannot say that enough. This is the ultimate snowboarding game. A close second to greatest snowboarding game would be Mark McMorris Infinite Air. This game is really, really awesome, and I feel like a lot of people slept on this game because it doesn't really have any, you know, huge developers behind it. It is made by Maximum Games, and they are pretty well known, but I don't think that they're like AAA status. This game is really, really good because it does use the sticks almost like Skate would as well. So it is very close to the Amped 2 games, but for a current generation. So if you are looking for a current gen snowboarding game that is really fun and you want to play it on your Xbox or your PlayStation, it is available on all platforms. Pick this game up. This is a really awesome snowboarding game. And lastly, on my list of games to play during the holiday, these last 3 games are a little bit more for mature audiences. And I don't really want to say this one so much is for mature audience because it does have like kids playing with like water guns or whatever, but Zombies Ate My Neighbors. This is a great multiplayer game to get a pal and maybe play through this game. This game is really, really fun. For some reason, the character in this game that is a little boy reminds me of Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone, so I don't know why. This is not a Christmas-themed game or anything like that, but I always had fun playing this with family when it was the holidays, so I love Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Really good multiplayer game. Play it with your family. You'll enjoy it. Batman Returns. Now, Batman Returns pretty much takes place entirely through wintertime. You are fighting the Penguin. It is pretty much a beat 'em up game. like if you've ever played Spider-Man Maximum Carnage or Separation Anxiety, any kind of those side-scrolling beat-em-up games, this game is pretty fun. It takes place during the winter time, so a lot of holiday themes in this game, but it does have a darker tone. So if you like beat-em-ups, check this game out. If you've never played it before, do that. And lastly, we got Dead Rising 4. Now, Dead Rising 4 is a really cool game to play during the holidays because it actually takes place during Christmas time. You play as a photographer who is in a zombie infestation, and you get to do so much crazy stuff in this game. Now, Dead Rising 4 is not the best in the series. My personal favorite is the first one, but the reason why I say this one's really awesome to play during the holidays is because it does take place during the holidays. It's pretty much like an anti-Christmas movie. I don't want to say it's like anti-Christmas, but it is not your typical Christmas scenario. I don't really know what you want to say about that, but this game is a lot of fun. You will see a lot of Christmas themed stuff going on in this game, and it's just awesome to play. Oh man, I almost forgot. One more bonus game, Christmas Nights. Recently, Xbox Live, if you own an Xbox and you have Xbox Live, they allowed you to download Nights into Dreams, and included in Nights into Dreams was Christmas Nights. So if you did happen to download that game, play that. That is one of the best, old school Christmas games that I ever played. It came out around the Sega Saturn era, so it was actually for the Sega Saturn, but if you did not have a Sega Saturn back then, you probably never even heard of this or even know what I'm talking about, but Christmas Nights, check it out, it is really cool. All right guys, so that pretty much wraps up my suggestions for holiday games. If you have anything that you suggest that I should play, I am definitely looking for some more holiday games to play. These are just some of my personal favorites that I own and some of my fondest memories from playing during the holidays. So make sure to share in the comment section what you guys play during the holidays, because I'm sure that you guys have some other stuff that I maybe have never even heard of, so help me out. Also, if you liked this video, make sure to drop a like and comment, do all that really cool stuff. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do that as well, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope all of you have a happy holiday. Thank you for checking out this channel. See you later. I love it when it snows. Fire. Whew, it's cold. It does look really nice out here though.